Hey Tim, kind of a grinded out game against a good team. What do you think of your guys' mental toughness to pull this one out, especially when you had the lead briefly, gave it up immediately, and still were able to come out with this one?
That was a very difficult game. I mean, it was a very good college baseball game. You look at the arms out there. I mean, coached here a long time, and they're every single guy that stepped on the rubber tonight is a high level guy. I'm not going to tell you that they're all skilled at the same level, but those are very good arms. Um, runs were just expensive to come by, Rob. I mean, when you get pitching like that, it negates good offense. And the offense that we did, you got to credit the kids. There was a lot of two-strike hits. We had those 3 two-strike hits in a row that actually scored the 1 run before Enrique had the sacrifice bunt. But, Cooper's hit was, the backside 2-strike, 2 out, 2 RBI. So it was just tough, tough sledding for the offense as a whole, both for them and for us. You have to give the credit to the pitching more than anything else. And even the runs they scored, there were the 2 infield hits there where they came up with a run, but separation was pitching.
Max.
Had Luke Murphy thrown a bullpen since he came out of quarantine? And either way, what does it mean for him to just keep on rolling after a long sit?
It's not easy either. I mean, you bring up a good point. Yes, he had, but at the same time, he hadn't been out there a while. It's been a couple of weeks. So, we weren't flipping coins, but at the same time, we knew that he hadn't been out there. So there was a little bit of rust to him, and that's to be expected. But he did a good job of catching himself after the walk and kind of regaining himself and hitting the strike zone. So I think that was a heck of a job by Luke.
Chris Lee.
Yeah, I've got a quick follow-up after this one, but just, Tim, what were your thoughts on how Kumar threw the ball tonight?
Outstanding. I mean, outstanding. Just gut check, just wouldn't come out of the game. Because after the long inning, Chris, in the bottom of the 7th, we were, I went over to Brownie and said, Brownie, that's probably going to be it right there. I just didn't want him sitting in the dugout too long after throwing 90-something pitches. And Brownie went over to him, and he wasn't coming out of the game. So that's just one of those things where a kid wants the ball game and he wants to win. And after he made the 3-2 pitch to Khalil, and then you could tell that he smelled the finish line. There's just not too many guys that you've seen either too, Chris. You've been here a long time too, that find that gear. That's a different gear from a starter now. There just aren't guys that are built that way. He's built differently, mentally and physically.
The other one I had, what's your update on Dom?
Well, he's here. He's in the dugout. He took BP today, so I think he's got to go one more day of protocol, and then we got him on 30-man. So if we can get him cleared, then we potentially could have him for Sunday.
Andrew Harris.
Hey, Corbs. 5th inning, what was the plate adjustment for the hitters against Farr?
Oh, I just think that Bax was, before that inning started, he just made sure to tell him that, just stay clear in between pitches. Don't split yourself. Just make sure you do a little bit less. And I thought they did. I thought they did a nice job hitting the ball back through the middle of the field. I think tonight, as far as Vanderbilt was concerned, when we got a little bit big, then, we just came up empty. And you can see with the balls, and I don't know what the spin rates are, but you don't really have to know what the spin rate is. You can see it with the bats. If they're throwing through the bats, then we got holes in the barrel, and that basically is you're doing a little bit too much. But at the same time, we did barrel the ball a couple times. I thought that ball that CJ hit early in a different night probably leaves. Tate Colwick's ball leaves for sure, but the big man upstairs wanted to turn the fans in towards the plate, and that kind of negated any type of offense. Tough night to score runs.
Yeah, thank you.
Chris Keenhold. Good one tonight, Coach. I'm kind of interested in the decision to pull Rocker for the ninth inning. Was that your call? Was that Brownie's call, or was that Kumar's call?
No, well, I mean, that was the end. You could tell that was the end. I mean, for me personally and Brownie, we thought the end was the seventh, but the kid wanted the eighth, so we gave him the eighth. He wasn't going to go past the eighth. I mean, you can't do that. That's steep sledding too. But plus, there was a lot of emotion in that eighth inning too. So when he come out of it, I think that's the time where you see a pitcher exhaust himself, you know that's it, and you just pull the plug. But he went as far as he needed to in that particular game.
I think we got time for one more question tonight. Max, go ahead and bring us home.
What are you seeing from CJ Rodriguez with all the line contact to show that he's got his full swing back after maybe making a few offers these last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I thought he did a really good job of just containing himself and getting deep into at bats. I mean, short, compact swings, get to two strikes several times, and kept the bat alive. He just doesn't try to do too much. CJ's at his best when he hit a fastball now. He's one guy that's handled Rocker inside this program in scrimmages, and there are not many people who have done that. But he is a guy that he can hit a fastball, and he can hit a breaking ball too. But when he condenses himself, he's a real good hitter. But, you know, the thing is, Max, and you asked about his offense, that defense behind the plate tonight was spectacular. I mean, he made 8 different blocks, 2 with a runner at third, and I at least 5 or 6 with runner at first, and no one moved up a base. There were no extra bases. And in that particular game, that would have been very, very costly. Neither team gave the other any free bases, and we were very fortunate tonight to do that. CJ was great behind the plate.